Hey guys, this is going to be a terrible audio style video because I have to keep the AC on and it's quite loud, so I'll just try to talk loud. I'm going to be like re-weighting and re-stuffing this Ashton Drake doll. I'm going to keep the doll body because this belly plate is attached to it. It's actually sewn in, which is pretty cool. So I'm not going to trade it out for a different body. I'm just going to be re-weighting and re-stuffing because pretty stiff, and so we want to, and like this is very packed right here. I think it's their typical like granulated something or another. They don't really use the best stuff out there, so we're just gonna get in here and I guess just wanted to kind of show you how I take apart an Ashton Drake doll. Most Ashton Drake dolls, their cable tie covers, they have like a piece of fabric kind of hot glued over top. So I'm gonna have to remove that. So there's the piece right there. And there is the cable tie, which is covered in hot glue residue, which is fun. So I'm basically gonna have to take my cuticle clippers and then just chop away. I'm gonna try not to actually clip the cloth, but I might have to. Oh, this is a mess. I mean, I know why they do it. Obviously they're not making these dolls with the intent of somebody going in and redoing it. So I mean, it's not like, I'm not complaining because it's hard to get into, but it is hard to get into. Ashton Drake dolls are actually quite hard to like somebody recently bought an Ashton, I had taken an Ashton Drake doll apart and sold it as like a kit form, and somebody went to buy it and said that it was going to be their first Reborn doll that they were making, and I was like, oh no, this is like advanced reborning. It's much easier to just get a kit and go from there, because oh my word, trying to take apart Ashton Drake dolls and redo them, even redoing their body, it is work for sure. Oh my word. Oh, there we go. Success. That was a lot of digging, and there's definitely some hot glue like still stuck to the body here. See if we can wiggle this cable tie out, because it is still got hot glue on it and it's kind of stuck to the fabric. Oh, come on. Oh, fun stuff. Let's at least get the head out. Ooh, the head. Well, that's interesting. The head actually has the armature wire in it that is connecting down into the arms. So that is extremely interesting. Alright, how do we get you out? Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, I see. It's just bent up in there. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. We can do this. Oh, my word. Alright, let me go in it from there. We go. Alright, so there's the wires. Huh, that's pretty cool. So we are going to probably have to remove that as well. There's the cable tie. Probably feels nice. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I didn't think about the wires running through both of them. So I'm actually going to take both of the, ooh, what was that? What? I'm going to take both of these, the arms off. Oh my word, these are all hot glued. I might have to skip through. Well, I don't know. We'll see how much memory on my, and battery my phone has. Come on. There we go. That one wasn't as hard. Right, there's that. Okay, so I wonder how far. Yeah, we're just gonna pull the wire, the armature. So there's one armature piece. We'll be able to get it back in though, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, let's get the other one. Those of you that didn't see my previous video, this is the My Perfect Emily doll by Ashton Drake. She was a very limited edition sculpt or doll series that came out, and I stupidly did not get one, even though I kept putting her in my cart. I was thinking, nah, I don't, nah. And I really regretted it because she's actually a really nice sculpt, and my Juliet was made by having to purchase 2 different dolls and putting together basically these limbs. Okay, oh my word. So this container right here, so this was the weighting. These are, I do feel here's poly pellets right here, but here is the classic Ashton Drake sand type deal. I'm pretty sure that they've used the same stuff still. I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm going to grab my scissors to open that up. I have a bag of poly pellets here, so we can pour them in there if they're good quality. Yep. I don't know why Ashton Drake still uses this mess, but this is in every Ashton Drake doll. It's basically a bag of sand. That's what it is. So I'm gonna throw this away. We don't keep bags of sand. But the poly pellets look pretty good. I mean, they look good quality. Oops. Oh man, these things get everywhere. So I'm going to pour these in my other poly pellets so we can keep those. I'm going to weight him with glass beads. So I'm actually going to use this as a little trash bag for all my little stuff I'm getting all over the carpet here. Okay, so this poly feels actually pretty nice. It feels very nice and soft. And this is the tip. We'll probably put this back in her or him. Alright, so we're going to, let me see. I don't know that I'm actually going to re-weight at this point because I am going to paint in the future. And getting glass beads out of these right before painting is a pain because it's like you can't get them all, and as you're painting you just have little bits of glass beads that just constantly spray down on your paint table, and I don't like that, so we're just gonna keep the limbs stuffed as is for now and just worry about, I really wanted to get the sandbag out of her tushy because I kept feeling that, or I keep calling it her because it's Emily sculpt, but mine is a boy for sure. Oh, come on. Alright, so here's this one. Got that out, and there's a leg. Cute. And then, alright, last one, and then we will get to re-weighting. I might, oh yeah, I need to see what's in the head. Usually there's that same sand stuff in the head as well. I will actually re-weight the head as well because I can put, the glass beads will be inside a stocking, so it won't really get up inside the head. Okay, there we go. I think I got a little bit better at getting these out as I went. Oh no, it's hot glued down onto the body. Let go, please. I'm worried about ripping the stitching, which I don't want to do. Come on, let go. There we go. Yeah, how's that? Have you been able to hear me okay? I know the air conditioning is annoying. So there's the body with the belly plate attached, which is pretty cool. And the other thing, I mean, these are actually weighted really nice, and it feels like there's glass beads, but it could be just that sand stuff, maybe. Let me get my thinner cable ties. That's the other thing that I dislike is the really thick cable ties that Ashton Drake uses. But so does like most doll, doll companies. So 1, 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed these back through. And in case you're wondering, I'm just taking my cable tie and feeding it through the legs first. So you're probably thinking, well, what was the point of... My point in telling you that was like, what was the point of taking the legs off? The point of taking the legs off was to replace the cable ties. I'm not a fan of the thick, harsh cable ties. So let's put these both back on. And then we'll get the legs sorted in. Plus this will make it much easier in the future when I have to take them apart again to paint. I won't have to fight that glue again. So we're going to go ahead and add this. And I'm actually pretty pleased with the stuffing in terms of how the legs are. Like it's not too squishy right here in the thighs. It's weighted actually pretty nice. I'm going to make sure that this is where I want it, which seems to be the case. And we'll do the other one. Just feeding it onto the socket here. Alright, and then get it into position how I want it. Okay. That's pretty good. Give it a tighten. Okay. And we're going to clip these off. 1 and 2. Okay, so this is done. Here's my little trash bag here that I have now. Alright, so now we're going to be weighting. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of this polyfill back in here. I'm going to use some Angel Soft in the belly because that was the one thing that I wasn't really liking, is the fact that he's almost kind of stiff. So we're going to make sure that belly stays nice and soft. So I'm going to so I got the polyfill down in there, and then I'm going to, what do I do with my stocking? It is, oh no, my phone's actually leaning against it. That was smart. Let me get something else to replace that. Sorry guys, you're gonna get some movement. Okay. There you go. There we go. That's better. Alright, so I already pre-filled the stocking with glass beads. It's literally just a pair of baby tights, one leg of the baby tights that I filled with glass beads to kind of how I kind of do it to the length of the body, sort of, but like make a long tube. And I also make sure that it's flexible. Like I don't stuff it too full. I like it to move. And then I doubled it. Like I filled it and then I tied one in and then I pulled it back through and tied the other end, so that way there's no glass beads leaking out. Oh, but for some reason there's still a little bit of glass beads leaking out because I have filled on the tummy. And then we are going to add our Angel Soft polyfill, which is a special polyfill that I don't know if any other place else sells it, but I get it on Bountiful Baby's website, and it's called Angel Soft. It's on bountifulbaby.com, and it's this super like cloud like polyfill. It's actually really amazing. I've never filled anything else like it, and I absolutely love it. And I always put that in like the tummy section, tummy and also the back section of the torso area, so that there is some, so it's cuddly. Basically, it just makes the area flexible, but it also keeps it stiff. Like it doesn't make it so that your body's super floppy, which is what I like about it, because you can fill it up to where it gives the body its shape, but it's also just very squishy. So I really like it. It's my favorite stuff. I still use firm on the bottom area, and then also in the like upper neck area. I still use the firmer classic polyfill, but I use the Angel Soft in the medium area. Okay, so that is actually really nice, and I can see that there's still like already some movement, which is nice because there wasn't much movement, wasn't much of a bending, you know, factor before. So I already like this much better. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the cable ties in for the arms. And we're going to have to feed the armature back through as well. So let's go ahead and get this on. Oh goodness. Had some hot glue right there. Did I ever tell you guys about the time that I was sitting on the floor about like this? So I was sitting cross-legged, and I developed third-degree burns because while I was hot gluing while I was sitting like this, and not thinking, I went to put in a new glue stick into the gun and kind of, you know, was holding it above me. Okay, why is this having a hard time getting in? And so when I put the new glue stick in, the glue that had melted within the gun started dripping out, and it landed perfectly on my leg, which was quite excruciating. It was a high temp glue gun as well, so that's always fun. Oh my word, get in there. Oh, this is my favorite part. When you get those areas that do not want to take your cable tie. Try to get some of this glue off. So anyway, when the hot glue landed, my first instinct was to brush it off. So like my hand swept over the burn, the area that was being burned, and so thus, because it was still quite piping hot on my skin, it then got onto my fingers, which happened to be, you know, like one of the more sensitive parts on the human body. And it was from there that it actually made me double over in pain because of how awful it was. This is ridiculous. Why are you not accepting my cable tie? There was a much thicker one that went through here. Thank you. Oh my word. I just had to yell at it. I just needed to be scolded. So anyway, so after that happened, because I had doubled over like an idiot, my other leg touched the burn, touched the glue on the leg that it initially fell on. And so that one, so I wound up getting third-degree burns on my my leg, the first leg that got burnt, and then I got second-degree burns on my fingers and my other leg. So that was fun. And I seriously, like, it looked so bad. And I thought for sure that I was going to be viciously scarred. Like, I remember, like, I cried. I was like, oh my word, like, I thought the scars were going to be so bad. And they actually turned out to be not that bad at all. I have the third-degree burn area on my leg is like this long and this skinny. It's like I don't know, it's like a caterpillar's length and width, something like that. It doesn't grow hair on it, and I can't feel it just in that one area. And like if I tan, like if I go on the beach and get a tan, it doesn't tan. Like it went through those layers of skin, and it wasn't able to, so it can't tan, it doesn't grow hair, and it doesn't have any feeling to that small. It's a very small area though. And same for the same spot on my other leg. And then my fingers, it's kind of an odd scar. I don't even know if you can see it. Okay, I have to turn my finger this way. But this finger here has like a line. It's not gonna focus. Can you see it? It's got like a line right here in the tip, and that's the only scar that I had. It burned here, and it burned here. So like right there, just on this side, and like on my middle finger, right at the tip, and they like ballooned, and then they scabbed, and then the scabs fell off. But That's the only scar I have on my fingers, is like that small, like nobody would ever notice it without me pointing it out. But I sometimes forget, and I look and go, because it looks like I just took, like, would take your finger and you stick it into your other, you know, like your fingernail, and it makes a mark. That's what it looks like, but it's just permanently there. So it's not a big deal. But anyway, sharing that little tidbit with you. Was it painful? It was very painful. Well, the initial burn was very painful, but honestly, like, the recovery was not. I remember it was such a pain. Like, I had to dress it every day, like several times a day. It would just constantly leak, which is fun, you know, fun to hear about, right? But the, oh my word, sorry, I had to close all this up. But it wasn't painful, because, and I've actually heard that to be the case. Like, once you get burned, I mean, the initial pain was there, but then it kind of goes away, because it's taken your, it's burnt your skin away. Thus, your skin doesn't have the feeling to, you know, for it to be painful. So, anyway, just thought you guys want to know that for some reason. So let's go ahead and take the stuff out of this baby's head, and there is, I don't know if I'm able to get this out. Here is the sand, my favorite. Oh, dadgummit. That's not what I intended to do. Oh no. Alright. Well, maybe I can use my little trash bag here. Oh, that's annoying. I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I was thinking I'd have a minute to, you know, recover. Like, have a minute to maybe, like, I was hoping I could get most of it out before it fell out like that. Okay, well, it's coming out now, which is good. But I have a big hole in it now, so come on. There we go. Ah, I hate that the sand leaked out in the head now. That is annoying. Sorry, and then a cable tie just went flying at the phone. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and throw this away. I'm going to have to vacuum. Some sand fell out. My favorite. Okay, so now that we have the head emptied, we're going to put some glass beads into the head. Do I want to do that now? Maybe I should wait. You wanna? Okay, I'll put a little bit of glass beads in. I was gonna say I might have one pre-made, but that one is a full-size one. Sometimes I do pre-make them and then just have them sitting, you know, in. But I don't have one right now, so we're gonna make one. So let me get my stocking. Oh, good. This is a perfect size right here. I have one already pre-cut, so I'm gonna knot one end. Come on. There we go. Knot one end like that. And then we're going to pour some glass beads, which I keep. I'm going to put these poly pellets away. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? You have a hole. Of course you do. Oh my word, this is so annoying. Poly pellets spilling everywhere. Let me get a bag real quick. Okay. Alright. That's the thing about working with these little, you know, like glass shavings, glass beads, poly pellets, and that sand stuff that comes out of other dolls, is like it just gets everywhere when it gets punctured. Okay, so now let's move the poly pellets up, now that we have them contained. And I keep my glass beads in here. And I got my little cup. And we're just going to fill this up. I don't know how much. Like, it tends to vary. I've kind of gotten used to the weight of how I like them to be weighted, so it's hard to describe like how many scoops per thing. You might just want to do like a trial and error thing where you can, you know, feel how much you want, how heavy you want the head to be, and so on. So now that I have it tied off, I'm just pushing it down. It's a very small hole opening, so I'm just going to kind of knead it in and then shake it so glass beads kind of go down into the area that's already inside the head. There we go, just popped in. And then here's some advice. Ready? When you put glass beads inside a head, you want to weight basically the forehead area. Not just the forehead area, more like just like the face area. The forehead to the chin is where you want your glass beads to lie. It just gives a realistic flopping sensation to the, it's not like overly flop where your baby looks like it's broken its neck kind of thing. It's just enough to make it so the head is moving around realistically. So I'm gonna put this back. And yeah, and not unnatural. This just gives it a natural movement to the head. And we're gonna, the head is really stiff, so it's not gonna lose its shape or anything. It's got like a hard core inside. You're not seeing this at all, I'm sorry. I'm literally just shoving polyfill around the glass beads that are right here. But the head, since it's not soft, it's not gonna move anywhere. The shape of the head, it's not gonna bend, it's not gonna squish easy. It's hard. I don't know if you can hear that. It's hard as a rock. Okay, this head might actually be a little heavier than I want, but we're gonna just play around with it for now. Oh, you're so cute. All right, so I'm gonna put one more. Oh, and I gotta put the armatures back in the arms. I mean, I don't have to, really. It's not really a big deal, at least at this point, but we're gonna do it anyway. All right, put this back in. Oh, let me get the cable tie on first. Might make life a little bit easier. Okay. Yeah, this would actually have been a pain if I had the armatures down in there. Come on. Okay, perfect. Da-da-da-da. Yay. Alright, so there is the cable tie. Then we will put the armatures back down into the arms. Oops. Well, we might have to forego the armatures for now. We'll see. I mean, honestly, once I reborn him, I'll probably be using the single armatures anyway. Let me try though. Let me see if I can attempt to get this back down in there successfully. Okay. Where are you at? Still not down in there yet. You are. I'm trying to figure out where it's at, like actually within the vinyl. I'm not even feeling it. Okay, we're just gonna forgo for now. I don't really feel like fighting with it. So I'm gonna put these armatures in here for safekeeping. Where I keep all my like doll assembly stuff. You can actually add a little bit more. Whoops. Hello. You can actually add a little bit more polyfill down inside since we're not going to be using the armatures. think that should work. And we'll go ahead and zippy him back on and see if we need to. I'm not going to tighten it all the way because I want to see how, if he's still too floppy or anything like that. That actually feels pretty good. Oh, he feels so much nicer. Man, it's amazing what a difference just the right materials can do. Like, the difference in, camera keeps falling over. You guys don't want to see me, you want to see the baby. But it's amazing the difference in, like, what a new body or the new weighting, anything like that can do. So I have a lot of people that will just not be happy with their doll, and all it takes is, putting the right body on it or changing the weighting, and it just makes all the difference in the world. He feels fantastic now. He's very floppy and cuddly, and he's very cute. We gotta do something with his hair later or work on it. Let's see, I was gonna change him, but now there's sand on the floor, so let's see what we can do. I can change him sitting here. Oh gosh, don't look at my feet. All right, I can put him right here. There's no sand right there, so we're good. Put his diaper back on. Little bits of polyfill everywhere though. Okay, what's up with this diaper, dude? Oh, okay, never mind. Let's fix it. I'm gonna put a cloth diaper on him when I get inside anyway. All of my personal babies have cloth diapers, so I'll put his little sleeper on. And then I have one more silicone to paint, and then I'm done for the night. Good stuff. Buddy. He's still not, he's not heavy at all because I haven't weighted the limbs, which I will in the future, but for now he's definitely much more snuggly, and like he's not stiff and doll-like. He's more realistic now, so I'm happy with that. And I love him to pieces. Like, I wasn't sure how I would feel once I got him here, like, having made that purchase, but he's really, really cute, and I love that he looks like a boy, whereas Juliet, who has the same face, but just it's slightly different, looks like a girl. So I think that's really cool. So now I have a boy and a girl, and he's super cute. Love him. Look, his head's already flopping nicely, like there you go. Well, can you guys see? Can you see that it's flopping? There we go. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and we will